A successful attack for the US and a possible massive setback for Iran. US missiles have struck a convoy just outside Baghdad's airport and killed one of Iran's most important military leaders. The US Defense Department said in a statement, "At the direction of the President, the US military has taken decisive defensive action to protect US personnel abroad by killing Qasem Soleimani, the head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' Quds force, a US-designated foreign terrorist organization." The Pentagon says Soleimani was responsible for the death of hundreds of American soldiers and coalition service members in the region. It also accuses him of ordering this week's attack and siege on the US embassy in Baghdad. Iran has condemned Soleimani's assassination and says such actions will destabilize the region.
America's action, without any doubt, is an act of state terrorism and a violation of Iraq's sovereignty. It murdered people who dedicated their entire lives to fight tyranny, oppression, terror, and extremism. Soleimani and Abu Mahdi al-Muhandis, his martyred comrade, had an outstanding role in the Iraqi and Syrian people's fight against Daesh. The pure and holy blood of Qasem Soleimani will definitely make the tree of resistance more robust and make the Iranian people more united.
General Soleimani was regarded as a heroic figure in Iran and in Shia circles across the Middle East for his role in ending Daesh's self-proclaimed caliphate. He was the mastermind behind Iran's military support of Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria, the Hezbollah militia in Lebanon, Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and Houthi rebels in Yemen. He was also the architect of Tehran's support for militias in Iraq and the Shia politicians who run that country. But he was loathed by many figures in the oil-rich Sunni Arab states. And international human rights groups also held him responsible for massacres and sectarian violence carried out by Shia militias in Syria, Lebanon, and particularly Iraq. His assassination has already had an international economic impact. Oil prices surged up by 4% within a few hours of his death. Iran has previously responded to US attacks by seizing oil tankers in the Gulf. Ships use this international waterway to transport a quarter of the world's oil supply. Iran was also blamed for launching drone attacks on oil facilities in Saudi Arabia in September. Iranian leaders say pressure from Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Israel has made the US more aggressive towards Tehran. They also say they have so far acted with restraint. But analysts say Soleimani's assassination means Iran is no longer likely to pull its punches.
It's obvious that the Iranians consider this to be an act of war carried out by the US regime, not only against the Iranian people, but also against the people of Iraq. The Americans have murdered a senior Iranian general, not a shadowy figure.
The killing has sent shockwaves through international capitals, with many leaders and diplomats calling it a game changer in America's regional power struggle with Iran. Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei has declared 3 days of mourning and promised retaliation, setting the stage for a potential new war in the Middle East. Shoaib Hasan, TRT World.